developer was running a search when he saw something chilling. His own GitHub repository had been cloned. Same name, same commit history, identical. There was just one difference, a link to download malware. And when he dug in, the same trick was running across 10,000 repos. What actually happened? How a fake repo disguised itself as the real thing. How the malware inside slipped past antivirus. And what those of us who use GitHub every day need to change. We'll take it one piece at a time. Someone clones an entire legitimate project. They keep the commit history. They keep the original contributor profiles, all of it. The only thing they change is the README, turning it into a download button. Then every few hours they delete and re-push the same commit. It makes the repo look active and keeps it near the top of search. You genuinely can't tell it apart from the real one. There are 4 tactics. First, it isn't a fake fork. It copies the entire commit history. Second, it leaves the original contributor profiles in place to borrow their trust. Third, it doesn't target popular projects. It targets new, small repos because their search ranking is easier to hijack. Fourth, it swaps the README for a download button that funnels you to a zip file. DeepPulse deep dive. This is where it gets genuinely scary. Upload the whole zip to a malware scanning site and it comes back clean. But the moment you unzip it, that's when it gets flagged as malicious. The trick is splitting. A clean Lua runtime sits in one place, an encrypted script in another. Each one is harmless on its own, but run them together and they assemble into malware. The unpacked script is a loader called SmartLoader. It pulls down an info stealer called StealC, and the address of the command server is read straight from the Polygon blockchain. Block the server, and they just change the value on-chain to bring it back. The end goal, analysts found, was draining crypto wallets. So, how big is this really? The numbers deserve an honest look. What the author estimated from the pattern is roughly 10,000. What security firms confirmed by tearing apart the actual code is 109. An estimate and a verified count are different things, but the common thread is clear. These repos survived for months, in some cases over a year, and when people reported them, GitHub went weeks without responding. DeepPulse deep dive. Star counts aren't proof of trust, and neither is commit history. Individual caution only goes so far. So the approach I take in the field is to block the intake path itself. First, cut off direct access to public registries. Instead, you put a single proxy registry, like Sonatype Nexus in front, as the only gateway, and every library comes in through there. Stand a policy server like Nexus IQ in front of that, and any problematic component gets quarantined automatically the moment it tries to come in. If you've already pulled something in, the records let you trace where it spread. You score the blast radius, which builds, and which services it's baked into. Then you quarantine and replace. It's not personal hygiene, it's control through one organization-wide gateway. The reaction split into 6 groups. First, the belief that open source is automatically safe got shattered. Being public doesn't mean anyone actually reads the binary. Second, cynicism that numbers like stars can be bought, so they mean nothing. Third, the read that this is less a supply chain attack and more social engineering aimed at search ranking. Fourth, reverse engineering reports that it routed through Polygon to go after wallets. Fifth, a flood of victims saying it happened to them too. Sixth, criticism of GitHub's neglect alongside fixes like package managers and signature verification. The heart of this story isn't the malware tech. It's that the things we leaned on as proof of trust, stars, commit history, search ranking, got turned into weapons, wholesale. So verify the path you receive code through, not the source it claims to be. That's the most realistic defense. That was today's DeepPulse. Trust the path, not the stars. See you next Pulse.